social media is probably gonna hella annoyed because I'll be posting all weekend. But yo, check it out. Oh no. Alright. Hold on guys, almost got it. Oh, it takes me a minute. I wish I had somebody to do this for me, that'd be nice. Handle my social media game. Alright, let's do this. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah. Parkour. Parkour.
The
Alright. All employees are encouraged to remain home or at work.
Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Can we talk?
Yeah.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson?
Junlei. Huh. What about her?
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean.
I got you.
I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff. Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
Okay.
I could...
Da, da, da. All right. Yeah. Yo. Okay, this dude good. All right. of having two companions. So nice. Two people. Double the fun. Alright. Oh man. I need to do that real quick. Some very inspiring music.
Smells like grease and unwashed bodies.
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure.
That's not...
I'm in the middle of a situation. If you could move along.
Don't go telling him where to step.
Felix, first of all, no, it doesn't. And second, shut the hell... Rather not get into it. Hey, no.
Whatever you heard, it's all true. I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself.
Yeah,
He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting.
That's what you
That's when I broadsided him with a tossball stick. Yeah. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation.
Yeah.
Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
Yes.
Captain of the Unreliable. You're like something out of a serial drama.
I like
Hey,
it.
I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. Felix Millstone. See you around, boss. Going for a stroll around the docking base?
Carry on.
Okay. Messy shit. Anything else not nailed down? Bruh, I got a D badge. Oh, this is for that frickin' holograph shit. What?
Not carrying firearms? Good. Less chance of causing a hull breach. Something the matter? What was that?
Nothing at
I don't want
all.
any trouble out of you.
As she walks off. Man.
Nicely done.
plasma rifle, yo, yes. Dying to try those out. Why are there so many other? Oh. I thought I got busted. Oh, my heart sunk right there. It literally dropped. I turned around and saw those two right there. I was like,
Customs and inspection, right this way.
okay, let's just go through the list. Okay, I don't even know why I need that.
Identification, please. Everybody's got an ID. Oh, let me guess. I'd tell you no one's fallen for that line in about 30 years. Then...
It's a good thing he didn't say that then, right? Right, sir?
Sure, kid. Right. Captain Hawthorne, you said. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board.
But we've hardly been out of
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the...
Now, hold on. This isn't the... You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker.
God fucking damn it.
His office is located along the starboard wall of the
read about
promenade.
this guy.
Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important.
I'm going to ring this bell.
You take the starch out of him, well, You won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
I gotta do this nigga a favor? What do you
Wanda
want?
Dorset over in sick bay. Tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
Okay, I can tell her to get off your ass. Got it.
Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with? The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly. Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system. Two biggest operations are the board. That is, most of those jobs. Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not, Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards.
Happy to help.
You're real good at it, too.
Well, thank you, miss. It's nice to be recognized. Yep.
Can we move this along? I have a certain,
Are you pulling my... You must be one of them long-haul freighters from outside the colony. Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were... A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation. Then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call... Yep. Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and... Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing base. Sitting around. Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing. A few years before her sister ship, the Hope. Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Glad to help. They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just... They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them. All right. He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense, not that he would, being a board man. Really likes his cereals, too.
Don't see what's so wrong about liking cereal.
Udon? Be seeing you.
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew Scholar shipped in and out with.
Wasteland, you're hearing things.
Oh, she right there. She got no...
Then this voice said his name was Graham?
Graham, right. Broadcast.
Keep your sights out, friend.
Great work. There it is. Just yank. Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up. Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same... I should have guessed. What? Oh, it's nothing. I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but...
You mind if I ask you a question? Is it... Well, welcome to Halcyon. I'm Parvati Holcomb. Parvati Holcomb, which you already knew. Okay, I'm bad at this. It's hard, huh? Not knowing anybody, not being sure what's expected or how people are judging you.
Yeah,
But you got me now. I'm sure I can help you out. We can do this. Yay us.
Yay us, yeah. I like her, she's great.
Hey.
Oh, that's the name of the guards. Can you, like, look the other way? Now, if I'm skilled enough. I hate it, you know I have. Tactical shotgun. Ooh. Ooh wee. Hello.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Okay.
The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection.
Why?
Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed. The board's embargo ensures that nothing can leave the planet and threaten our hard-working citizens. You've been listening to Halcyon News, your mandated duty as a good citizen of Halcyon.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
Cool.
Rizzo's Lemon Slap. Slap your whole family tonight.
Slap your family tonight. Oh god, that's great.
My dad taught me some stuff about omelets and fromage. I could take a look at that journal.
Omelette de
By all means,
fromage.
I would be astounded, yet astronomically in your debt.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing at all about eggs and cheese in here. Sorry.
Very helpful. Thank you.
At least you tried.
were in a holding pattern for 2 hours just to get in.
Moms had to go on break. She didn't have enough hands before you talked.
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? Ah, that's how you know your weapon. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you.
I'd be happy for you to show them to me. Oh my God, you weird.
Sorry about the heat. Chief Dennison will get... Oh, and a lot of... Heard of it? My orientation aether wave showed that famous Saltu...
That's true.
Yeah. I hope they're gonna be okay.
That's a spacer's choice, Spirit. Take what you have, polish it up, and make the best of it. So, what can I get you? Some soap? Everyone. I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. Please send any... Oh, I'm having a stellar day. And not just because I'm legally obligated to say so. I can see all of the top quality. Spacer's Choice regrets that we don't sell toothpaste at this time, but we're all... Spread wash, mouthwash, and Mantafloss are among the exciting line of dental goods currently in development. Don't miss out on these deals. You'll find nothing. Trouble sleeping? Try our Lunar Eclipse mix. That's 2 handfuls of pep pills washed down with a hearty swig of 2-hour energy brew.
Jesus Christ.
The blast will send you through the stratosphere and the crash will knock you out cold, guaranteed. Add an additional 10% to your purchase. At Spacer's Choice, we care about your health and emotional well-being. That's why we put Martin through 6 years of vendor school, only to make him wear this hat. Even if my contract didn't forbid it, I think it's part of me now. Now, are you ready to make Spacer's Choice Lunar Green Moonmouth lozenges a part of you? Damn it. No slogan for that one. Look, this hat, my job, it may not seem like much to a brave space captain, but they're all that I have.
Are you
If there are self-made purgatories, then we all have to live in them. Mine can be no worse than someone else's. Now, if we're done with the chit-chat, I hope you don't mind if I make the most of this short life and try to be the best moon person I can be.
Why does this guy remind me of, like, Patrick Warburton?
It's fine. I should be stronger than this. Thanks for taking an interest. Speaking of interest, can I interest you in some quality budget goods? At Spacer's Choice, we cut corners so you don't have to.
That's not even a good slogan.
Have a look.
We cut corners so you don't have. Jesus Christ. Well, suppose that's about it.
Here?
Nothing.
What do you think you're doing?
These are not the droids you're looking for.
Oh, my mistake.
Yeah, it is your mistake. Turn around. Sir, don't look at me like that.
It's always fucking freezing in the base.
Yeah, I bet it is. Now get out of my face. Guys. Can you at least close the door? Defective Moonman helmet. Oh, why is it defective? I have to know. Oh, that's terrible. I don't want that.
Incoming!
Oh god! Okay, yeah, we gotta... Yeah, guy's pushing my leg. Okay.
Not a peep from me.
What do you think you're doing?
Nothing.
Oh, my mistake. What do you think you're doing? Oh, I guess, never mind then.
I'm not going anywhere, you hear? You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene.
Hey girl.
I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene?
Yeah.
See, Umfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jessie in the first place.
Why don't you let her talk about
Let me get one
Dr.
thing straight.
Jessie?
Jessie and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors. Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
Something I can help you with? If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. I'll tell you what I've told the others. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. The requests of our patients are paramount, so no, you may not see her. She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying.
Okay. I'll find her myself.
Take care.
I will.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain?
Yep.
If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service. Did he now? The mouth on that man. I swear his late mother'd be ashamed. He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate. Our delivery man. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by dates, usually by bandits. I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
Good to know.
You're sure this is perfectly safe? I'd rather not die early of an infectious disease myself.
Oh God.
On rotten time. Leave me in peace! You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed, don't you? What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body. Highly, lethally contagious. But I'll be fine, so long as I'm left alone. Criminy. She really ain't gonna drop this, is she? Alright, okay. We can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've gotta do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low. Udon Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me. Thanks for helping me with the board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
What do you think you're doing? I don't want any trouble out of you.
Great work.
Well, I'm just terrible person.
regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Carry on.
Tossball finds...
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient, or an oven. Just like store-bought. Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
I'll do it.
You've certainly been blessed with an abundance of sass, haven't you? But it's your interstellar currency I'm interested in, not your nethers. Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms... Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along to... She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from... Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago. You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs. Don't forget to come find old Gla...
Okay.
Anytime.
Now see here, what was I doing again? How do you do? And welcome... Sorry. Business has been...
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
This office used to be in the docking base?
Yeah, about 10 years back. That was before Bedford negotiated for a bigger office.
Got it. Heads down. I was wondering what they do with their waste. I guess they just chuck it down here. Where's it all go? How about I stay up top? You know, keep watch, okay?
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
These stairs are board property. Disperse now, or I'll detain you for trespassing.
Oh, Reese. You're really gonna arrest us?
Ah, the board. Organized.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. You must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
Sprep.
Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped?
Poor guy.
Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have. He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he? Ah, that's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die? Oh, awful business that. But why? How? No. Best not to ask after the gory details. Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all? You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the... Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. And you have his ship. That's... Well, that's just... Oh, I'm sorry. This is... Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory donation is quite legal in such cases.
Oh, what?
Kind and efficient. Can't say I disapprove. Although, seeing as this woman isn't a...
I think you may have underestimated the size of Miss Doyle's... I am extremely anguished, Captain. Please respect my feelings in this difficult time.
I doubt Mr. Bedford's ever felt real pain. We could introduce him to the sort of suffering that actually constitutes extreme anguish. For the good of his understanding, of course.
Be careful you don't irritate my guards, Vicar. You might not like their rather narrow understanding of what constitutes excessive force. Unless you can offer some other means of resolving her debt, I'm afraid we have nothing further to discuss. That's not unreasonable.
I guess it's better than losing your organs, but...
Miss Doyle is deeply in debt. What guarantee do I have that she'll agree? You might be surprised. But we'll proceed on the assumption she'll be reasonable. I will recall my collection agent. Tell Miss Doyle to report to me promptly for her first assignment. Now, is there anything else you need, or can I return to my work? Be my guest. Good law.
No, emphatic.
Best to be clear. I'm the... I have few... A luxury stateroom. Oh, as this office... Ask away.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local... Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local board embassy.
You look like someone who's taking their share. We all...
No. They got cool stuff. Officer Spy. What's the difference?
If you're hungry, you've come to the right place. I've got a fresh They're terror-fried to... You know what sprats are? Sprat meat is... Absolutely not. Terror frying... Legally? No. Between you, might be that this old just...
Thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sub-level.
I could spend all day in here and not have looked at half the best stuff. It's all pretty worn, though.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors. No, it isn't. It's a mess. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineer. Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious. Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critter. We see a lot of the same faces coming and...
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Force of habit, I guess. Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Wow, great! I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry. Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention. Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship. Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them... None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left. I can't allow that. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone aboard, will be cooked alive. Reasonable, huh? According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the... Sorry, the back bays are on a lower deck, long up... Good.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Do you have what it takes to defend your corporate township from the dangers of alien wildlife and the unemployed? Talk to your local manager about applying for military training and lend your life to protecting our wonderful brands and products. Military service does not guarantee full employment rights, tax breaks, military discount, health benefits, military burial, participation medal, training, or weapon. You've been listening to Halcyon News, your mandated duty as a good citizen of Halcyon.
Oh man. just curious as to what the hell this plasma rifle do.
Sublight Salvage. Their front looks surprisingly on the up and up.
You reckon we can shop here, or is it all spoke for?
C&P Borsworth. C&P pancake mix. Now requires no mixing. Seriously, don't mix it.
Wish I could say it was good to see you, Ellie. At least you finally got your chance to square our debt.
The good news came through the wireless. Looks like you paid my debt to Jesse. Tell you what, I'm a little short on bit. If you're looking for a medic... If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, I was about ready to pick up another contract anyway, and you settled... But we can say I'm repaying the favor. You won't be sorry. Though it looks like you've got... Traveling in style, are we? I'll be sure to nab a cabin with a view.
Welcome to the crew, Miss Ellie. We're real happy to have you.
Got word from Udom, from the hitman who trailed me the other night. I ain't too elated about going exclusive, but it's better than... You sure saved my skin, stranger.
If you're here for this week's magazine... What do you... That's right, dear. Though for how long? The board... They've all... But it... Great law, is it hot in here? Straight to the point, eh? Oh, a little of this. I also need throw pillows.
I'm not sure that's...
That's half the reason I... But that's not... But... Ask the common folk, and they'll tell you it... Because that's... I think they made some fool mistake that would make them look bad to the rest of the colony. And they're trying to... Those board folk are real prideful-like. Never want you looking behind the curtain, lest you see their derrieres. But old Gladys knows
How's
the
it
score.
going?
The whole colony's not much more than a diorama, showcasing one board screw-up after another. That's why we gotta keep them from getting their grubby mitts on Groundbreaker. She's our mess.
Okay.
Probably. Every once in a while, we get these snippets of radio chatter. Ed claims he's transmitting from Monarch. Anytime. Gracious. I found a handsome ceramic...
I need to get that eventually.
Is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Remember Auntie Cleo? Because she remembers you. When you were sick, who took your temperature? When you were hungry, who gave you a meal full of love? Auntie Cleo, that's who. Have you given your auntie a hug? This story brought to you.
I'll keep quiet. No one saw me trip over that, right?
Nice one!
Rizzo Spectrum Vodka. Aftertaste the rainbow. CNP Near Maple Syrup. It's near this complete breakfast.
Who wants to play an impromptu tossball match? No one?
What the fuck is up with your clothes? Well, at least I'm live to catch this.
Crazy?
There's something wrong with his balls. It's not supposed to happen.
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Ship. You the one? Miss Lily has been expected. Sure am. A few years back, they got me started. These.
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping. Lilia Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. Sean, it's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful Is Ada still at the helm? I don't know how many times I told I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable... Just... If you have a nav key... I like that initiative. If there's anything else... These days, our field is persuasive acquisition. Not all of our... You're... Hey, careful with the C word around here. Very. I like to think...
Miss Lilia takes good care of us, see? The authorities...
I had a question about your plan, Mr. Vicker.
Of course. The cosmos is generated and directed by the universal equation, also known as the Grand Plan. By contemplating the teleological order of things, one can achieve verity. Oh, right. You had a question?
Never mind. That about answers it.
I'm still lost. I don't even know what kind of question she was trying to ask me.
Advertisement for the following.
Cool.
Even flying the outer systems.
Rizzo's Purpleberry Punch. Want a punch? We've got your punch right here. Rizzo's Purpleberry Crunch. Sugar gel flakes and purpleberry flavored power nuggets. Now, 1%. Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local board entity.
Who there? Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above? Look at this ripe piece of meat. Time to feed the...
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning?
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to...
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got... I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a...
That's right, sir.
Tennyson just keeps feeding the furnace, don't she? We're still playing with her last sacrifice out back. You don't just ask a king for a favor when you're standing in his court. Tribute it is. And
Don't we need those bits, Captain? To buy the key?
The principles of the universe dictate that...
You've got the run of the... Ship got impounded. The crew and I racked up a debt while we were grounded. That's bureau... Am I your dark reflection? You can come and go in my little...
Even the proverbial unwashed masses would turn their noses up at this place. Or cut them off. Can you imagine being frozen for 10 years, sailing through space in a room such as this?
What do you think you're doing? All right. Scram.
You're the first person I've seen who talked their way past McRed. They may not sound like much, but take my word for it. Wow. I'll get back to my post.
Here they come.
That automech patch? McRed wants it up and running.
I'm trying to think of a good name before I wake it up.
Don't give
Yeah. What he said.
one of us yet?
Now look at you. All I see is light. What do you think you're doing? You're free to go.
Like worms. My backside.
What do you think you're doing? All right, scram.
Are you one of us yet?
Neighbor from above.
Here we go!
Nice hit!
Alright guys, I'm gonna hop off, I'm tired. I'm gonna try to get some stuff figured out real quick. But have a good one, stay trippy, I'll probably be